Okay.
Nice.
So, yeah, the ring around the rosy, Dara, it's based off the original positions. So like, if the original positions are 1 and 3, then if when she reverses, if 1 and 3 have odd numbers, then they're safe.
I think we should specifically explain when Royal says odds are odds or odds are evens. This means odd waymarks 1 and 3. Odds are odds, which means waymarks 1 and 3 are safe. Odds are
Yeah,
odds.
that's a better way to think about
If
it.
If
odds
it's an
are
odd number.
if odds
it's an
are
odd number.
evens, then
was
that
like,
means
what the fuck is
waymarks
odd?
1
They're
and
all
3
four, that's an
are
even
dangerous
number.
because
I know, right?
It's really funny.
I was like, what the
Yeah,
fuck
yeah,
is
he's
happening?
talking about the outer waymark.
yeah.
Wait, so
Yeah,
what
like
does it
that-
mean? Odds are odds
So I look at 1, the AoE that happens at 1. If it's a safe spot, then that means odds are the odd safe spots.
Yeah.
So when I see later, if he has 3 or 1 rings on him, then that's a safe spot. 1 and 3 are safe spots if they have odd numbers.
Yeah. You just then need to figure out what side the head is attacking in the middle,
Yeah.
and then one safe spot will be available to you based on all of that information.
Wouldn't it have been like easier to say odds are safe?
Well, no, they're not safe.
No, they're only
They,
safe.
they are
if
the
they're
odd
odd.
numbers.
Yeah. In that scenario, odds are only safe if there are odd numbers at those positions.
The
starting
reason he
position-
says
Yeah,
odds
yeah.
are odds is because it helps us filter out the information later when all of them have rings now. And we can quickly look at 1 and 3. Are they an odd number? Yes. That means that these odds that are odd, we can stand in them to be safe. But we first need to figure out the head in the middle where that's attacking.
This is
And when
really
we do
funny.
find that out, then we
When
go
you-
to the spot.
When you talk
That
about it,
just tells me
sounds so
that odds are
complicated.
safe.
Okay, so if I say,
Which odd is safe?
it might not be, it might be neither of them. So if I say, for example, odds are odd, and then there's an even number at 1 and 3, then those are both danger.
What do you
Yeah.
mean there's an even number at 1 and 3?
An even number of rings at the end.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, sorry.
Yeah, yeah. If in that scenario there's evens at 1 and 3, then neither of them are safe. And then you're looking for the opposites at either 2 or
Yeah,
4.
but if I say
It's around
odds
the
are,
head.
e-
So
or
wait,
evens
did
are
you say
odd.
Evens are safe?
Well, no, because it could be.
That's confusing because we do not know if they're safe until all the numbers are out.
Yeah.
So
Right.
he
We-
says
we don't
odds
know
are
till the
odds
end.
or odds are even for us to discern easier the information when we get to that point.
Yeah.
We do not know any of them
Basically-
are safe until we get
Yeah,
there.
all Royal's statement does is tell you what the rule is for when you're looking at the rings. It does. You don't know what's safe until you see it. But odds are odds, or evens are odds is just what
The alternative to not saying odds are even would instead be to remember each spot and their number placement, which is a lot more confusing. We're eliminating a factor entirely by immediately calling out that these are the 1 and 3 way marks are odd numbers for the donut area.
Yeah, I just remember that the starting diagonal is safe spots. If they have odds, they're safe, and then the other ones have the reverse, then they're going to be safe.
I just like my favorite thing about this is that Darren and I just completely missed the seminar when everybody understood this.
It's because it sounds more complicated when you explain it, but like it's complicated.
It sounds hard.
There
It's-
was only 2 students in Charland by the pond.
Nightmare. Oh my god.
Yeah, we're the ones sitting at the grass like, oh, do you understand? No? Okay, well.
This was never explained. It's just when Royal started saying it, I made sense of it.
Because like I was just like, oh, okay, maybe I'll just look at the middle first and see how many times she goes back. And I was like, oh, I guessed it right the first time. This must be it. And then like, well, it's not working anymore. What's happening?
And I just want to make sure because y'all are confusing me. One is an odd, right?
I was late.
Well, I wasn't looking at that.
Phrasing. We
I
get
keep forgetting about
John
the head in the middle. The fucking head.
Never mind. Restart.
Yeah, let's
Restart.
just off.
Just restart that.
What was
yeah.
your question, Dara? Can you?
Alright, okay, so when you say odds are odd, you're also talking about number 1 rings is it odd?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
So 1 and 3 will be safe on the odd sides. Is when they say odds are odds. If they say odds are evens, 1 and 3 are safe on
I'm
2,
not gonna
or
listen to any
2 and 4 are safe.
It's okay. You only have to listen to the call out at the end.
Yes.
Yeah.
You
Like,
don't need
I-
to
I,
figure
for
it
example-
out. So long as we as a group go to the same spot, you could theoretically just follow the group. There's plenty of time as well before the actual explosions go out. So
There is a lot of time. Yeah.
Can we just
It's-
inch
gonna
the
wait till I
waymarks
see.
a little bit?
you just delete them.
Yes, to inch them
I-
in.
for, why?
We're using them for clock spots.
Because
bro.
whenever you guys call a number or a letter, I'm looking and I can't find them because they're on the edge.
B is super crooked.
We'll see if it actually works, but that
I
might
don't know.
might always be the case. I'll put them slightly further in. Is that far enough in?
I don't know. We'll see.
Um,
Hey,
oh my,
Maybe.
I don't remember where this guy goes. Here, wait. I'm gonna place these for a moment so I can just get an idea of where they were. I understand because I keep trying to look for the waymark, and if it's under a planet, I can't
Yeah,
see what it
planets
is.
cover them if they're on the edge. That did happen to me a few times.
Imagine not using the minimap to your advantage. Can't be me.
I'm not a chameleon.
Okay.
It's
I'm gonna
all-
pretend
it's
like I
relevant.
understand that.
It's relevant to the.
I don't believe you.
Look, Hector, not everyone has 17 eyes, okay?
Yeah,
Spiders.
millions famously do.
Hector, you're
supposed to be there.
Yes.
you're a healer. You're supposed to look at everything. We're DPS. We just focus on boss.
We only look at the hot bar.
Pretty much.
That is correct. That is correct.
Sure.
I don't even know what
Look
the
at the
I don't even know what the end singer looks like. I've never looked at it.
Wow.
Wait, you're saying there's a call out based on what she does on her face? That's crazy.
Yeah, what? I just go where you guys say.
Honestly, I do at some point need to raise my camera. I'm too low, man. I have to look up so far to see her.
That's really funny.
I don't have Numa here.
That's fine. My star's popping. Once their tank buster goes.
Fucking popping.
Oh, you-
Holy
I hadn't taunted yet.
I cannot raise.
No.
What have they done?
It's on me, mana.
Fuck,
I got
Royal.
the slow raise.
My fellow melee was sabotaged.
Honestly, I'm surprised she even saw that marker on her head. And too busy looking at her hotbar.
Yeah.
2 on the B side.
I love that game.
Yeah, great game.
I love the video game too.
Yes.
And 4.
One
I know,
was-
1 and 2. 1 and 2. 1 and 2.
One is
one,
safe.
one.
One is safe.
How do you know that one is safe?
Because odds are odds.
I can't explain that in the middle of the fight, Dara. I'm sorry. It's a lot of information.
Oh, out.
It was out. It was out. God damn it.
Raising Rue. Can you get
Raise
the
me, mana.
melees? Thank you.
Then I'm going for John.
Tara asking for a full explanation mid-roll.
No, I didn't ask how you knew it.
Boss to like stop for a second, like hold on.
Yeah.
Because it was process of elimination, Dara, once we figured out the numbers on all of them. I can't explain it
John?
further than that. That's
Wait,
it.
wait, wait. I'm on the try explaining it later.
Okay, okay. Well,
Oh.
I have a call from my grandpa, so yeah.
1.
Tell him we're raiding.
Not to be.
Ask him what he thinks about odds or odds.
Ask if he understands. Yeah.
Christ.
Mana, I would love to hear your explanation about odds are
Okay.
out.
Okay, okay,
Oh, it's
okay.
gonna
Yeah.
be
Or
great.
odds are odds, whatever.
Here we go again.
I'm shy.
We support you.
You have the floor, Mana.
Okay, so
Dara, list it
yeah,
up.
odds are... No, yeah. Okay,
Good job, Marcus.
so if
Marcus.
Hey,
You ass.
God damn, man.
he does like 3 attack things, right? So
Thank
It's
God
like-
it's these.
So, oh my god, I should close chat. I can't.
Everyone, shut up! Shut up!
Yeah, it's in chat.
Okay.
Oh my
So
god.
it's 3 decks, right? And then the donuts are always gonna be like diagonal from each other.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Yes.
so let's say the circles are at 1 and 3. So they'll say odds are odds. Because like she does like 3 attacks, right? And she'll like rotate each time. So the first one will be at 1 and 3. The second will be at 2 and 4. And then the third one will be 1 and 3. So that means it's like an odd count, right? So that means those odd numbered waymarks are the odd, like donut
Odd,
attacks,
like golden rings on top of them.
yeah. So, and if they say like odds are even, that means that the donut golden ring thing started at 2 and 4.
Correct.
Right?
But that
Yeah.
also means odds are even, which means that 1 and 3, if there's a 2 yellow ring on top of them, that means they are the safe spots at that moment.
Yeah,
But if
the
they're 1
starting-
and 3, they're not, because odds are even, not odds
yeah,
are odds.
The starting diagonal safe spots will be safe if they're odd. The reverse will only be safe if they're even.
Yes. And all this does is help you whittle down which of them do indeed have a donut under them at that moment. And so you can figure out quickly, you look at 1, you look at 3. If it says odds are odds, and they both have like a 1 and a 3, you know that the 2 possible donuts are going to be at 1 and 3. So you've whittled down the options to
back
just
out.
one of the 2. And now you
Oh, yeah,
need to
makes sense.
focus on the middle head, which is going to attack in a certain direction based on the number it turns back and all that. And then there'll only be one safe spot.
Yeah, you can do it in either order. I look at the middle head first to just cut it the ring in half first, and then look at the ones you pick.
Yeah.
But you can do it. You can do
Regardless,
it in either
you're
order.
cutting your options in half, which
Yeah,
is
yeah.
the important part.
Both scenarios cut the options in half, so you end up with one.
Instead of the other option, which is remember each of them individually.
Yeah, that should be ridiculous.
But
I
you
feel
can
like
just,
I just
just rewind
won.
it.
That's
If
what
you
the-
can
that's-
rewind it in your brain,
If you can write in your brain,
I
yeah, go
can't.
ahead. Go ahead.
No, your mouth is so. I can't visualize it.
The
Not even
problem
math.
of
It's
not
even really math.
rewinding it in your head would be easier if they all had the same number. Then it wouldn't matter. We just revert our positioning based on amount of times the numbers have. But they all have their own unique numbers, 1, 2, or 3. So
Yeah, but then you could just like rewind from their position.
okay, then please do that, Dara, because
Is
I
your brain
cannot.
able to
I
compute-
really can't.
Yeah,
Is your
I
brain
can't
able
do
to
that
accurately
either, I'm
compute
sorry.
that?
You can't understand odds are odds and odds are even, but you can rewind all of them individually and do it based on
That's-
that.
It's ridiculous.
You're more powerful than any of us.
No, because like you're standing under the one that just had their AOE, and then so you would just look at whatever the rings are and be like, okay, that one's a donut and that one's an AOE.
Okay.
I'm glad you can do that.
I'm glad
Alright.
you can do it that way.
I think
Dara.
you're very much
You're-
in the
Dara
minority,
the
but I
supercomputer
applaud
over
you.
here.
I'm not because I don't understand math.
It's not math. It's just a pattern. It's literally not even math. There's no math. There's
This
no
is a fucking-
algebra happening, Dara. I
Oh
promise
my
you. There's no
fucking God.
algebra happening.
Look, all I'm saying is the next time we go in there and you can figure it out based on that, I'll follow you.
that.
I'll go to where you say it's correct because, like, to me, that's a lot more thinking in the short amount of time that we have.
But you're just looking.
I am also just looking with the odds are odds and the odds are even thing. I just cut it in half.
Dara, your method involves more math than ours does.
No, it doesn't. It just.
Okay, Dara, please explain to me. Please explain to me how it's less math. I want to know. If this is easier, I would like to do it. But from what you're telling me, it's harder.
Okay, well, look at me. So like in my brain, I see them, and then.
Uh-huh.
God damn
That's-
it.
okay.
Like,
I'm listening. I'm
like,
genuinely
like, a drawing-
listening.
You look at a drawing like a movie, and then it's like they just.
If you can do
Just
that,
works.
do
It
that.
just works.
just
It
ignore
just works.
us, Brad. Just do what makes it easier for you.
Yeah, so long as
remember
you
the-
go to the safe spot, I don't give a fuck. Like,
Just remember, these rules are only in effect on Tuesday.
Only on Tuesday. We cannot do this after this
They're
day.
completely different.
It's an entirely different fight.
It's an entire different combo.
Oh my god.
If it works for you, do you.
Too.
I hear on Fridays you have to do entire derivatives to figure it out.
You know what? On Fridays we have tea, okay? Calm down.
Also, we can't do this on
Okay.
Fridays. Shame there's no other time slot in the day.
on Wednesdays, we had to start saying evens are evens and evens are odds,
Oh no.
Oh no.
No, no.
which would still
While
work, but
wearing
it's different.
glands.
It's weird.
Yeah, it sounds weird.
Fucking god.
Brandon. Hi, Brandon.
Alright.
Should have been recording. I'm streaming, but
I am recording,
Yeah,
so
that's fine.
I'm pretty sure this entire conversation could be like super cut.
You could like literally switch between any moment and it would still make no sense because we're saying all like
The
different
last
things
like 40 minutes have been us talking about this in the same manner, and
back and forth. Like
nothing,
nothing.
nothing is coming out of it.
At least we know Tuesday is the important factor here.
And just imagine Ensinger watching us just argue about this in the middle of the fight.
Again
Just
and
keep
again.
talking.
She's right. Again and again. It's all we're doing.
That's all we're doing.
she's seen the end, and it involves us arguing.
John,
This is
John.
how the
Figuring
end
out how this
happens.
actually works, and we're all just guessing at this point.